Here in Tampa, Florida, at the GOP convention, here with Governor Matt Mead of the beautiful, I hear, state of Wyoming, because, Governor, I haven't been to Wyoming, and I apologize.
Cameron, you got a personal invite from me. You need to get out there. It is a beautiful, beautiful state, and you know, we just this week, as you see, there's folks from Washington, D.C. and Jackson Hole, which is where I grew up, but we're proudly a great tourism state, great ag state, great energy state. So.
Well, especially for this audience, tell them about the hunting opportunities in your state, the outdoor opportunities.
You know, it's one of the things that has made Wyoming so special for so many people, and why we actually have people visit many times over is because we have great hunting opportunities there. You know, I grew up hunting. My mom and dad were hunters. My grandparents, my great-grandparents were hunters, and we celebrate that tradition in Wyoming because it is part of our culture and heritage, and appropriately so.
Jackson Hole, you hear a lot about it because it's become this a celebrity hotspot. How did that happen? When did Jackson Hole turn into such a famous place in America?
You know, it's funny, my great-grandparents homesteaded there, and they were ranchers, and my whole family was rancher, and my wife and I are ranchers, and I think it's just that natural beauty. I mean, it's such a great place to visit, and great fishing and hunting and recreation opportunities. I think that's naturally a draw for people, and you know, people with money and influence and different ideas come there, and so I think that's how it's sort of drawn these celebrities. But you know, I don't see them, so or maybe they avoid me. I don't know what it is, but you know, the fact is, in Jackson, across Wyoming, you know, we're a state of less than 600,000 people, and most the people you meet in Wyoming are so down to earth and just, you know, salt of the earth type people. And I suspect that most of them, if they saw a celebrity, they wouldn't pay much attention anyway. So.
That's very cool. All right, so Wyoming, obviously solid red state. What does the Romney-Ryan ticket have to do to solidify support in other states, especially here in this key state of Florida, or up in Ohio, or Virginia, where we're from? What's the key to a Romney-Ryan victory?
Well, you're right about Wyoming. We are not a swing state. We're not even in the running to be a swing state, and we're proud of that. Yeah. I think what Romney and Ryan need to focus on is, listen, I don't think it's a partisan issue to say we want to put America back to work. And I think one of the places they're going to start is with a sound energy policy. Affordable American energy means so much in terms of jobs and the economy, because the cost of energy is related to, you know, you get up in the morning with an alarm clock, your first cup of coffee, transportation, food costs, manufacturing costs, are all tied to energy. And I think Romney and Ryan are going to, they've already put out a plan for an energy policy. And I think that is going to be absolutely key to getting more American citizens back to work. And you know, so many problems are solved when you have more people employed. You know, the government is not providing as much. People feel better about themselves, and you know, people want the opportunity to work. I think most Americans love the opportunity to work, and I think sound energy policy will go a long ways towards that.
Talk to me about what some of your fellow governors are doing in terms of Medicare, in terms of mandates from the government, and just pushing back and saying, no, not in my state.
Well, you know, I was one of the governors amongst many Republican governors to challenge the Affordable Care Act, and you know, it's not just a gut reaction. Hey, it's the federal government, so we're against it. It's a thoughtful process where we say, you know, this is another sort of takeover of the Congress and the administration. And listen, you look at states, we have to balance our budget. We cannot afford to totally get it wrong. And governors and the citizens of our states have a greater interest in doing it right in our backyard than anyone from Congress. And so I think we have to get away from this notion somehow that if it comes out of Washington, it's naturally better, that they have a better thought process. I mean, holy cow!
That's the worst notion ever, sir.
They can't pass a budget, let alone a balanced budget. Right. And so, you know, there's this whole, if you resist federal government, you're sort of a, you know, a Neanderthal. Right. Well, you know what? We have smart people in our states, and we have people that have to make it work. And so, you know, we got to get rid of this whole, hey, it's the federal government, you're resisting the federal government, you're somehow on the wrong side of this thing. You know, I just fundamentally disagree with that sort of arrogant notion.
When you talk to the residents of your state and the people who run businesses and the small business entrepreneurs, what do they say to you when President Obama says you didn't build that? You know, what are they saying to you as the governor of the state?
Well, here's what they say, and here's what I say. Now, he may be confused about who built things, but we're not confused about who's hurting businesses. I mean, you talk to, you know, and coming from a ranching family, I mean, that is hands-on, you know, you get your hands dirty work. And the small businesses in Wyoming, I think it's hurtful to say that to them as they're working, 15 hours a day or 6 or 7 days a week. What is the point of that message to say you didn't build it? And even big businesses. I mean, people take pride in their work, and I think it's a hurtful message to say you didn't build this. And then as you're trying to get people employed, what kind of message is that to them? To say, hey, yeah, you can go to work, but what you do is not building something. And I know, I mean, it's taken different ways, but I think that at this point in our country, it's important to say, listen, anybody that's employed and is working, we appreciate that. And what you do matters in a big way. And it is helpful not only to your family and yourself and your community, but to the country. And we encourage that. And we appreciate what you build by your labors, your skill, and your effort.
Governor, thanks for your time. I really enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of your time here in Tampa.
All right, you're going to come to Wyoming now.
I promise you I'll be there with a personal invite for the governor. I can't not go.
Okay, very good. We'll look forward to it. Thank you.